Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to see how to write a covering letter with resume. So, what are the basic things while you are going to write your covering letter? Is you have to learn all these things. What are the things you have to follow, and what are the main goals it should contain, and how long it should be? So, all these things we are going to see in this presentation. So, first, when we look into the definition of the covering letter, it is nothing but explaining the context and the documents which is covering all your CVs and resume. This will be sent to the HR manager of a company. So, what the goals of the covering letter should have? It should introduce and it should present your resume to the person who is recruiting you, and it should land you or take you to the interview for the dream job. They should be happy with your letter and they should call you for the interview, and also it should give you some increase in chances to get the job in a successful manner. So what are things you have to do and you should not do? This is a small recap. So you have to be very much professional, and you should not write letters like a machine. It should be attached with the resume. The wordings you use should be very much touching, and it should be having some kind of mutual understanding between the person who is reading your covering letter. It should be always simple. It should not contain abbreviations and unnecessary text. So every covering letter should have a heading. So the heading should consist of the date and the at the top of the letter. For example, that is March 19, 2020, either in the left side or the right side. Then you should put your name and the job title you are going to attend, and also the address of that particular company. So the body of the covering letter should start with always Mr. or Mrs. And you have to put usually the format or style of the paragraphs. Then you have to state the position you are applying for and how you are going to learn about the job opportunity. In paragraph 2, you have to give a short summary of your career which is tailored to fit the company you are approaching. Give a general overview of your previous experience and also the intro level jobs which you have not lot of this information. So the cover letter body should have the relevant information which you are going to apply for the particular job, and everything should be put in bulleted points. It should always have the list out of similar experiences you have undergone for that particular job. You should not copy and paste from the job description which is already given in the advertisement. Then in the paragraph 4, you have to get in touch with the recruiter. You have to explain what they are expecting, and also you have to give your full contact details and email addresses for their better contacts. So here I have given you a link. You can just go through the link and you can see what are the things which is required for the covering letter. So you have to basically remember these 4 things. That is, you have to put your addresses in a proper manner. When you're using an email address, it should be professional, not unnecessary things put inside. It should always contain your first name and a last name with the mail ID. And you should not put all silly words inside your mail ID which will look unprofessional for the HR. And when you're naming your documents, you have to always use your names, and unnecessary you should not put first name, first word, second word, or final, second, all those things. Then you can put the particular year you're preparing that document. So usually when this covering letter comes into effect, you should be always very be cautious that the person who is receiving the letter should always be respected, and you should not give any false informations regarding you, and it should always have a simple covering letter which will increase the chance of getting that particular job. And also you also should explain the goal which you're going to attain. So the closing format should always have these kind of enclosed resume etc. with all your email IDs. So this is a sample covering letter. You can just go through it. This has been posted in the YouTube. You can just go through it, and it's also posted in the courseware. You can check it out. So the next topic which you're going to see is resume writing. So it is both the covering letter and resume writing is interconnected with each other because it supports each other to get you a good job. So the resume will have all these important things, that is heading, it should have an objective, it should speak about your education, your related skills, your references and your experience, and finally your activities. So it is comprised of all these 7 important points. Your resume should speak about all these important points. So the heading is placed at the top and the center of the right side. Name, address and phone number should be added with all your email. So this is the example for heading, and you should not do messy things. That is, I have given it in the don't. You should not use all these messy styles. It should be clear and easily seen, and the objective should be written clearly. It should depict your own feelings. Don't write unnecessary stories. It should be very short and crisp, and you have to tell what is the position you are going to attend. So that is the objective of your resume. And you have to speak about your experience. You have to list out all the experiences and accomplishments you have attained so far, and you have to also speak about the related skills which you possess. For example, about the relevant courses you have undergone, list of skills you possess in computer, all those things. Then you can express your activities which you are well versed. So you have to list them all. It should have all kind of activities like athletics, hobbies, all your extracurricular activities can be incorporated. And your style of writing the resume should be very, very clear, and it should be free from all grammatical and spelling errors. And the font you follow is 12 or 14 point, which should be easily seen by the and visible by the HR manager. And you have to categorize the information step by step. You have to read down your resume some 3 to 4 times so that you can find your mistakes by yourself. And if you are ready, you have to make a research of the particular company, and also you have to find out what are the positives and negatives, and what are the special things which is done by that particular company, and be ready to back up anything on the resume. And you have to have at least 2 friends to proofread and critic, so that if they criticize, you can correct it in a proper manner. Thank you.